Vandeham Shri Guru.
Most people call me Prabhuji, Prabhu, so you feel free to call me that way if you like. This is like our first of the regular weekly gatherings of Vedic Vision Society this academic year. So I hope that we'll get to see each other more and I get to know your names and you get to know me better. So how about this? We go around the room, you tell me your name and tell me if you know what the name means and what you're studying on campus. And I have another one for you. Considering your past 24 hours, I mean since yesterday 12:45 until now, if you can describe your past 24 hours in a color, what color would that be? You want to go first? Or should I start it from here?
My name is Pran. I study in electrical engineering department.
What does it mean?
My name, as far as I know, it means something related to happiness.
Something to
With happiness or something. Last one day. It's not a single color. It's a mixture of colors.
My question was to give one color.
One color, if you ask one color, it is yellow.
Yellow.
Yes, that's what we know.
Fine.
My name is Avella Roy. I am an alumni. And my name means full of joy. And the color actually would be yellow also as well for me.
Hi everybody, my name is Harshankar. I'm from the Civil Engineering Department. My name is a synonym for Parijat flower and the color would be blue.
Okay. I mean, this way you can make up any color because I'm not asking why. But I might.
I can give a reason.
Okay.
Because I was out the whole day on a trip, field trip, and the sky was so beautiful blue and I saw it the whole day, that's why.
I'm Karthik. I'll be graduating this semester. I'm from computer science. I don't know what really my name means.
Okay.
Because Karthik, it's something related to a festival probably. And I would describe the color as red.
Red. Why? You saw a lot of blood yesterday.
There was career fair yesterday.
Career fair. I appreciate that. Thank you.
My name is Kiran.
Kiran.
Yeah, Kiran.
Okay.
It's the rays of sun.
The rays of sun.
Yeah.
Kiran. Okay.
I'm doing the master's.
What if your name was Chandra Kiran? What would you say? Kiran means ray. Yeah, ray. Okay.
I'm doing the master's in computer science. Color, I would say black.
Why?
Because from yesterday, I am very busy. Since yesterday night, I slept at 4, something like that, very busy. And today also we had an interview, all those things. So,
And that you characterize that as black for you?
very tired.
Yeah, eyes mostly closed. That's
My name is Pandya Rajan. I'm
Okay.
doing my master's in computer science here. My name is, it's just a name of king there in my place.
okay.
Color is green.
Green. All right.
It's because
You would like to say why?
no, I got so many calls because of this.
I thought you won a lot of money or something.
No, I just got calls.
You got calls, so it was green for you. You didn't get anything. It was red. It's a relative world. Okay. Thank you.
My name is Karthik. I'm doing like master's in computer science. It's the name of Lord Muruga. So that's what my name is. The color is yellow. Means it is bright.
Okay. Thank you.
So, my name is Maria.
Maria.
I'm in my 5th year of architecture. Where Maria comes from, it's the mother of God. Catholicism.
past 24 hours was white. That's how you would say it? Would you like to say why?
Well, because it's like very quiet and clean. And
That's how it was for 24 hours, was quiet and clean for you?
well, I felt like this. It wasn't like that, but
Okay,
like that.
that's fine. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah, hi, my name is Raj, and I am an IIT alumni, and my color is mixture of black and white, so kind of gray, yeah.
And your name means what?
Raj means rule, yeah. Rule or ruling or something, yeah. Or ruler.
What are you ruling right now?
Nothing.
That's why it's grey.
Yeah.
Alright, thank you. That's kind of
Hello, my name is Jinjin. The meaning of my name means jade or golden.
means what? Sorry.
Jade.
Trade. Okay.
Yeah. My major is environment sustainability, and my color I think is red because we ate a kind of Indian sweet made with the carrot.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know the name. So it smells very strong. It smells very sweet. Even we ate yesterday night, but still today we.
Just the past 24 hours,
Yeah.
you were smelling a lot of food.
Yes,
You know
yes.
those kind of sweet
Yes.
stuff. You and I will make good friends.
Okay, my name is Cecilia. It's my English name, but
Okay.
my Chinese name is Chen. It means honest in Chinese.
Honest.
Yeah,
Wonderful.
yeah, and yeah, the color.
The past 24 hours.
Okay,
When you look at the past 24 hours, what color best describes it to you?
the color that popped into my head is purple. I don't know why, but it's purple.
Purple.
Yeah.
We'll take it.
Okay.
Hi, my name is Aditya. I'm doing my master's in electrical engineering. And
What does it mean? What does your name mean?
well, Aditya is the one of the several names of the sun. It means shining brightly as the sun. Yeah, so that's actually what my name means.
And in what color would you describe your past 24 hours?
Green. That's the color that popped into my head. Nature is green. You love to see greenery.
So past 24 hours you've been seeing green?
Yeah, but it's the color that just popped into my head.
Yeah, my question is how was the past 24 hours?
Yeah, so green best describes it.
You've been dreaming a lot of money. And someone just joined us, the last row. So the question was, what's your name? Are you a student or what you're doing on campus? What does your name mean? And if you look at the past 24 hours of your day, what color might best describe it?
My name is Clarice Beckles. I am a staff member.
Clarice?
Clarice.
Clarice.
Yes, Clarice Beckles. I'm a staff member here in the Department of Civil Architecture and Environmental Engineering. I did look up the meaning of my name many years ago. I forgot what it meant. And the color that's been maybe green, because I've been wearing green has been something I just kind of been in the mood for. Actually, I'm gonna put a green top on today, so green. And what's the other question? Did I miss anything?
No.
Oh, okay, all right.
Do you know Maria? Do you know each other? She's an architecture.
No.
Oh. Are you in civil? You in CAE or the college, architectural college?
Well, I'm in architecture college.
Okay, yeah, we're two different. I'm architectural engineering. Yeah, but Krishna is in our department.
All right, so the topic today is Vedic worldview. Now, the first question that I hope somebody would have asked is, what does all this mean? What does the word Vedic mean? And why should we spend our time talking about the Vedic worldview? Worldview means perspective. Right? There is the capitalist worldview, meaning how do capitalists see everything around us? What is the sportsperson's worldview? How does a sportsperson see everything? Or like that. So, what does the Vedic worldview mean? So first, what I was hoping to do today, in about 35 minutes, 40 minutes or so, is draw a very broad brushstroke, very broad. So pretty much like an executive summary. I'm not going to get into details, but this broad brushstroke will set the stage for the rest of the semester. We will get into some details on certain topics. But when we take a book or some research paper or anything that's written, the first you get to see about, or suppose you're trying to decide whether to buy a book or not, we generally read the inside of the cover leaf and you get a sense of the abstract, or you look at the back of the book and it says, so this book is a story about da da da, and tells you in 10 lines for a 500-page book, correct? And you read that and you decide, I think I want to see more about it. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you a very, very, very broad brushstroke. And hopefully the rest of the semester will get into some details on certain aspects. And if you'd like to make some notes, that's fine. There is no exam or anything at the end of the semester. But every week we will treat you to a nice lunch. That's my promise. Or I should say nice. Lunch. And you decide whether it's nice or not. So, hey. Oh, I should have asked so many more people there. Okay, before we get started, we won't do the whole exercise, but let's quickly go through. Give us your name and what you're doing on campus.
Monil.
Monil?
And I'm in aerospace.
Okay. We had asked others before you guys got in what the name means. You want to care to tell us what your name means?
I'm not actually sure.
That's what it means?
I'm not sure.
Oh, okay.
I'm Akash. I'm a chemistry major.
Okay.
I mean sky.
Akash means sky. Okay. We'll let her settle down.
I'm Krishna. I'm into my master's in computer science. Second year.
And what does Krishna mean?
It's God.
It means God.
Power.
Power.
I'm Aditya Kiran. It means sunrise.
Sunrise. There is Kiran, Aditya, Aditya Kiran.
I'm from applied mathematics.
Okay? That means sun, rays of sun. Okay?
I'm Santosh. I'm here for MS in Computer Science, and my name means happy.
Your name means happiness.
Yeah.
Okay?
I'm from material science graduate student. My name means like somebody who has been victorious over his enemies.
My name is Udit. My name means complete rises.
Okay. Yeah.
My name is Kara. I'm a second year political science student, and my name is Pran.
Friend. Okay, thank you. Thank you for joining. And you?
Hi.
Hi.
My name is Anu.
Sanu.
Anu.
Anu.
And my name is means sky. Babylon means god of sky.
A-N-U. Okay. You actually did some research and got to know your name like that? Okay. Alright, before you guys, some of you sauntered in, I was saying that Vedic worldview, the ideas today is I'm going to draw broad, or paint a broad brush stroke, which is very, very high level, like a bird's eye view. And hopefully during the rest of the semester, we'll get into some specifics on these topics. So we'll get started right away. The word Veda, Veda in Sanskrit means knowledge or book of knowledge. Primarily it means knowledge, Veda. And knowledge means to know anything in its true nature or as it is. And generally then the Vedas consider that without proper knowledge one will consider something different than what it is. For example, when we see, let's say, a pen and it's on the table, and if a baby comes along, the baby does not know that it is a pen. What does the baby do? Takes the pen and puts it in its mouth as if it were food or something. But someone who knows will say, no, that's not food, that's a pen. So that person has knowledge about what that object is and what its purpose is. True? So we say that that person has knowledge. So the definition of true knowledge means to know something in its true nature. To know something as it is. So the Vedas means that they have knowledge about anything and everything in its true nature or in their true natures. Be it astronomy, be it medicine, be it engineering, be it astrology, be it metaphysics, be it psychology, be it politics, whatever, how things work, how they are meant to be. Of course, in all of these broad branches, there's also the knowledge or branch of spirituality, religion, etc., etc. And all of this combined are called Veda. And so, now historically looking at it, the whole civilization that inhabited the eastern side of the Indus River were persons who followed what's called the Vedas. So that means they lived, the ideology for their life, the values for their day-to-day living came from the Vedas. Like if you were to take a particular social group or a particular nation or a company, an organization, they have certain values, certain ideologies by which they conduct themselves. True? Similarly, there's a whole civilization that conducted itself according to these values, or the Vedas, the knowledge from the Vedas. And the Vedas, the vantage point of the Vedas is primarily spiritual. Although the subject matter being discussed or dealt with can be engineering, can be medicine, can be music, but it has the primary vantage point is spiritual. So that's that about the Vedas. So Vedas, they cover a wide range of subject matters. So some of the very, very essential aspects that they cover is, and how many of you were there in last week's Beyond the Conformity game presentation? Raise your hand. So half the crowd. Okay. So the Vedas deal with what's called the individual, identity, who we are. They discuss nature, or I would say material nature around us, how things happen, etc. And I'm going to go a little bit more into these. They discuss the concept of what's called absolute truth, or the supreme truth. individual identity, and then there is a supreme identity. In many other references, people say God or something like that. Then they discuss the subject matter of time, because time affects all of us, and mostly we recognize the lack of it. Right? Oh, I don't have time, I don't have enough of it, or somehow time moves quickly. Now, just for the sake of discussion, do you experience the relative nature of time? Have you experienced the relative nature of time? Is that a yes? When you're having fun, time moves fast. When you're not having fun, time doesn't move as fast. That's the relative experience of it. Although on a very objective sense, it's the same seconds moving at the same rate. 1 second and another second. But time, we interact with time not on an objective basis. We interact with time on a subjective basis. And some of us have more time, some of us have less time. Who has less time? You have less time. Okay. Anyone else? Person who's about to die has less time. Person who has lot of things to do seems to have less time. But there is a saying, if you want to get something done, you give it to a busy person, because they will get it done. Versus if you give it to a lazy person, they have a lot of time, but they don't get anything done. Anyway, but time, specifically it talks not at the individual level, it does as well, but from a absolute scale, how time has interaction with the individual soul or individual time with nature, and what's the relationship or interaction of time with the absolute nature or absolute consciousness. And then a very wonderful topic called karma. How many of you have heard the word karma? There used to be a TV show, Dharma and Greg. There was one of their names was karma. So what does karma mean to you? Anyone? Karen?
It's like if you do good things will happen to you. It's like an energy balance.
And if you do bad things?
Bad things will happen to you.
That's right. Anyone else? This is fair. Did you raise your hand too, Maria?
No, I think it's the same.
Okay. Anyone else? In the back, you did raise your hand? Yeah. And please say. Same thing. Anyone has a different view?
It's tied to the soul rather than the physical body.
It's tied to the soul and the physical body. But what is it?
It follows you, whatever you do. And then right.
I saw. What does your shirt say?
Have a list of people that you missed. It's kind of a surprise.
Dear Karma, I have a list of people you missed. I like that t-shirt. It's really nice. Anyone else has some thoughts? Karthik? Another Karthik? Yes?
What does it say?
Anu?
I feel like it's if you do a positive things, you get the positive energies around you. If you do negative things, the negative energies goes around you.
So, all of that is right. Karma literally means an action. Anything we do is called karma. And we also receive from, in one sense, Newtonian laws is for every action there is a reaction. So our whole life we walk around, move around, and for all of us there is, I should say most of us, according to this t-shirt, for most of us there is karma. Sometimes the guy misses a few, right? So that's karma. And then a very important discussion is yoga. Yoga means a process. Literally, this is what it means. It's quite misunderstood, but it means a process by which we can know these. Generally, yoga means the first thing, when we were discussing yesterday, day before, should we title our presentation this week something to do introduction with yoga? And I said, I'm afraid people will come with their mat and spandex. But the idea was this: that there's a sort of almost a stereotype idea for what yoga means. For most persons, yoga remains like or means something on the physical plane. And the reasons they do yoga is, oh, I need to have better blood pressure, or my back hurts, and by yoga now my back doesn't hurt, or all the good-looking girls come there, or whatever. But that's not. Yoga means a process by which you connect. Very literally, it means to connect. Like in English is the word yoke. Yoke means you connect. So it's a process that takes an individual and tries to get their individual identity in relation to all these factors. And another aspect of all this, that all these are interrelated. They interact with each other. Any statistics students here? Good. I don't have to use any statistics terms. But if you ever take a statistics course, and if you do multivariate analysis, PhDs, if you do multivariate analysis, one of the things that you have to deal with is not just all the variables, how they affect the dependent variable, but how the variables, independent variables, they interact with each other. So when you do regression, there's a whole thing called homoscedasticity and all that. But they all interact with each other. And the primary goal of the yogic process is to bring about some understanding or relationship between these two entities, in relation to or in reference with nature and time and karma. This is it. So it means to link the individual consciousness with the supreme consciousness. This is what the Vedas do, primarily. And then there are all these other subjects, but they're all in relation to this purpose. This is the main purpose of the Vedas. Whether it's, let's say, engineering, and then they would say you should construct or design, let's say, civil engineering. You design a particular village or a city or whatever you're designing. It should be designed in such a way that this is most facilitated. For example, nowadays when we design cities, I'm not a city planner, so I'm just guessing, and you can chime in if you like. That the way they design cities is in such a way that you have quickest access to the airports. You have the easiest access to major shopping areas. And you have quick access to the highways that will take you from one city to another city. As part of urban planning, you will consider these things. Similarly, in the Vedas, if they're talking about engineering, the primary thing will be how this is facilitated or how this is not worsened. If you talk any other aspect, it's always coming back to these factors. This is the Vedas. Because ultimately the Vedas means to know things as it is. And this, at the end of the day, for each one of us, regardless of who we are, and there's such a cross section of folks here, and regardless of what our name means, we are concerned about ourselves. there may be a rare few that say, oh, I'm not concerned about myself, I'm concerned about others. And even among those rare few who are concerned about others, it is linked with their concern about themselves. I would like to have a clean environment. Why? Because I can breathe better. I would like my family to not have any tensions or distresses in the family members. Why? So I can be peaceful. So at the end of the day, regardless of what we are trying to do, there are few who only think about the benefit of others, even at the cost of their own distress. And generally we give them a title, saint, someone, because that's very rare. But most of us are concerned about ourselves. And as we go through life, we try to either frame or make an identity for ourselves. I should be the best dancer, I should be the best student, I should be the best whatever, I should be a rich person. Some persons who saw red, hopefully they will see green someday. And by the way, someone who saw green, you might see red someday. But the idea is, I should try to find my own identity, make a mark for myself. Any questions so far? Okay. Now, in the Vedic, so anytime I use the word Veda, you know what I'm referring to, right? It's this massive body of knowledge, if you will. And sometimes, not sometimes, mostly, none of us has the time or the interest to go and study this entire body of knowledge. This is too massive. How many of you plan on moving on to a PhD? You're not sure, you're looking at others? You're looking for misery loves company? The idea is, even in PhD, you become very proficient and thorough in a very small area of subject matter. Then what to say of being an expert in the entire system of Vedic knowledge? This is too massive. It's not sufficient. One lifetime is not sufficient. So we have to start somewhere. And so what the Vedas do is that they give like concise summaries or essences. Okay. So one such essence is called the Bhagavad Gita. So we have a book here, you can feel free to browse through later. And the Bhagavad Gita is called the essence of Vedic knowledge. And it exactly covers these topics. And so when we get into some more details about, let's say, an individual. I didn't get your name because you... Prasanna. Prasanna.
Yes.
Okay. He said karma is not something that's related to the body, it follows the soul. So those are new terms. There's a body and soul. So the Vedas, the first lesson, it's like the Vedas 101. If you join the Vedic University, this is the first course you will take. I'm making this up here, I hope you mind. If you ever join this. So the Vedas 101, the first level of information is individual identity. And that individual identity lesson says that we are all distinct, we are conscious living entities, quite distinct from our bodies. This is very much like saying you are not your shirt. Is that true? Anyone here feels that their shirt or their jacket or top, your green top, you're not that. Do you have a sense of identity separate from the shirt or coat that we're wearing? For most persons not, but yes, that's I'll give you an example. Suppose you went and bought yourself a very nice, perhaps expensive top or shirt. Okay? And you put it on because you want to show it to everyone. And you're excitedly walking to meet your friends, so they will all say, wow, what a beautiful top. And as you're walking, your shirt or top is caught in a nail or someplace and it rips. How do you feel? How would you feel? Come on, guys.
Bad.
What part of it? You feel bad. Angry. Huh?
Sad.
Sad. It was almost like your hand tore off or something. And all our emotions get attached to that piece of cloth. Oh, I worked so hard for it. I saved money. This was the best one. I waited for the sale. Whatever. All the emotions do come out from a tear. And it hurts as if, we are wounded or something. That is called thinking the shirt is me. Okay? Because it's called a sense of its identification. Similarly, the Vedas say that the bodies that we are walking around with is not who we are. We are in these bodies. We are inhabitants of these bodies. A better, perhaps, example would be car. You're driving a car, you waxed it nicely, cleaned it, the music is nice thumping or whatever, and someone hits the car. Boom. We get angry. It hurts like nothing has happened to us. But we talk about the car so much. Usually there's a PowerPoint presentation, there's a slide that I put up that says, if you consider all the chemicals in our body, there is some iron, there is water, there is phosphorus, there's magnesium, there's calcium, a whole list of chemicals, right? If you were to add up all the chemicals that are in our body by weight and put a price tag to it, like say, whatever, 40 grams of magnesium, I don't know the actual, but whatever, and you add them up and you were to buy equivalent chemicals from a store, the total price would come out for our body is about $20. We're carrying around chemicals worth $20 in terms of the body. And this $20, I'm going to call it a chemical bag, if you will, for a moment. And we're sitting in a $25,000 car. Okay? And there's an accident. If not for us, let's say our relatives, they're also $20 chemical bag. What is it that you're more concerned about? The $20 chemical bag or the $25,000 car? Oh, you're thinking. Because you're actually thinking. Wow, you guys are really something. No, we're concerned about the person. We don't care about the car. I mean, if someone we love very much comes and tells us, I was in an accident, very few will say, how's the car? What about me, honey? But that's okay. How's the car? Car's okay. All right. Now, how are you? That's all right. No, we're concerned about the person first. Not so much about the car. Because we see the person distinct from the car. Although the car is very dear. Similarly, we are conscious living entities inhabiting this vehicle called the body. And so, when something happens or anything that we have to be concerned about, the Vedas say we should be more concerned about the conscious entity within than the body. Because this body goes through a natural phenomenon. What that's called? Aging. Fantastic. And what happens after aging? Death. Do you say death?
Oh, it's a dying person.
Dying, yeah. It is something that will happen. It's not like, oh, it happens for some, it doesn't happen for others. It happens for everyone. It is but, this is the faith, It goes through certain, I guess, 6 transformations. It's born. This body is born. Then it grows for a while. Then it maintains a period of, I guess, plateauing. Then it creates byproducts. It dwindles. And then it dies. Sometimes the Vedas use some very strong language. The reason being, when you're talking to someone and you're trying to drive sense into them, or we could say that someone's trying to drive sense into us. First you use language that's easy. When they don't get it, your heart beat speeds up. You use language that's a little more emphatic. Finally, you have to use language that's really, are you crazy or what? That's right. Similarly, the Vedas use language like that sometimes and says, what's the use of this body? Why are you spending so much of your time and energy taking care of this body when this body is anyway going to become dirt, ash, or stool? How does it become dirt? When you bury someone over time, that body turns into dirt. It turns into ash when you cremate someone. How does it turn into stool? When other animals eat, like vultures, as they eat the bodies, they pass stool, and that's what it is. Right? So you say something that's going to transform into dirt or ash or stool, why are you giving it so much importance? Not that it's not important, it means that don't give it all your attention. I had a friend who had met someone, and this friend of mine was very, very interested in going to the gym and building his biceps and triceps and working out his muscular body. So one of the persons he met told him, the Vedas talk about the body, something was trying to help him. And the fellow said, I'm really not interested in all of this. Don't you see? It's more important for me to have a nice, strong body like this. What are you doing? You aren't doing anything about your body, about your physical, constitution. So the other person told him, well, the only difference between you and me would be that when I die, or when we die, my ashes will be in a smaller urn and yours will be in a bigger one. Paying attention to the body, that's all you get. And for him, that was a significant turning point in life. Because at the end of it, what is it? It's a bigger urn for ashes. So the Vedas say that we are not this body, we are just inhabiting this body. This body is a vehicle. And so our sense of identity has, 3 layers. Okay? So the first layer is called the soul. This is the conscious living entity that we are. Okay. The soul is covered or inhabiting what's called a subtle body. I'm going to make you guys answer this question. And the subtle body and soul are in another encasing called the gross body. So those of you who have been part of the Vedic Vision Society, you disqualify yourselves from answering this question. So don't even raise your hands. But for others, can you try to guess, or if you already know, what is the gross body?
The outer part of the body which is visible to others.
The outer part of the body that is visible to others. Well, that's a nice way of saying it. Anyone else? You want to embellish that? That's fairly accurate. Then what's the subtle body?
Internal organs.
Huh?
Internal organs.
Internal organs. Well, I can see that too. Kara?
Like your mental process?
Very good. Very good. Very good. Okay. So the gross body and the subtle body. It's the subtler thing. Subtler means not so easily perceivable. What is the gross body made of? We'll go down to the fundamental units. Flesh is made of something. Atoms. Okay? Cells, tissues. The Vedas say, or the Bhagavad Gita says that the gross body is made of 5 elements. The earth element, water. What's next? Fire. Air, very good. No, not air. What's more subtle than air? You're saying this is going from gross to subtle, finer and finer. What is finer than air or subtler than air?
Light.
What's the absence of air? Where does air move about in? Space, very good. It's called ether or space. And there isn't anything else. Okay, so these are the 5, what are called the gross elements. Earth, water, fire, air, and ether. Everything is composed of this. It doesn't matter whether it is an American body, a Chinese body, an Indian body, male, female, animal, plant, insect, fish. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're a Catholic, you're an atheist, you're a Hindu, you're a Muslim, you're a Buddhist, we don't know your religion yet, whatever, it doesn't matter. It does not matter. All gross bodies are made of these 5 elements. So in that sense, there is absolutely no distinction. The only distinction is that the proportion in which these elements combine is different. So in Ayurveda, some people say, here's air element little lacking, especially if they have arthritis or they can't move, they're paraplegic or something. The air element is not working. I want to ask you, who a person whose air element is really working. Okay, so these are the 5 elements. So, you want to take a guess at what might be the subtle body? Someone said, Carrie said mental. So the mind. Something else? It's called intelligence. This is a rare commodity.
Emotion.
That's a joke.
Emotion.
Emotions are in the mind. Mind, intelligence, and this is something called ego. Ego is the right term that the Bhagavad Gita uses is false ego, because there is a true ego, and that's coming up here. So this is the true ego. I am a conscious living entity. That's true ego. The sense of false ego means I am something other than that. Okay? Intelligence is the faculty by which we discriminate, by which we understand patterns, we understand things that seem to be together as pattern, or this is where our values are. Truthfulness, honesty, whatever values that we hold on to. Some people hold on to values such as, hey, it doesn't matter. You can do anything to get anything. Some people have values like that. That's where their intelligence is. And the mind is where our thinking capacities are. Our emotions, thinking, feeling, sense of willing to do something, the what we call desires, aspirations, etc. are all in our mind. So generally we misconstrue ourselves to be these 8 elements. And that's not who we are. I wish you guys have paper and pen. iPhones? That does too. Here's an exercise. Okay? Ask yourselves, or the statement is, I am, and you fill in all the words that come to you about your identity. For example, I am American, I'm Indian, I'm female, I'm male, I'm good looking. Don't be shy. Say it if you feel so. Whatever. And so write down all the different ways you think of yourself as I am. And when you're thinking about I am, think in terms of the gross body and the subtle body. Okay? For example, I am tall, I am short, I am fair-skinned, I'm not fair-skinned, etc. I'm Indian, American, male, female, I have good-looking hair, I don't have good-looking hair, I don't have any hair, whatever. On the subtle side, I'm happy, I'm sad, I'm contemplative, I'm pensive, whatever it is, whatever I am. And then I am a truthful person, I am a kind person. Those are on the level of the intelligence. Values. I'm a non-violent person. Or I'm a violent person, whatever. You should have a fairly populated list. I'm a blessing to this world. Okay, 30 more seconds and then we'll move on. Okay. Anyone like to share a few? Don't be shy. Most likely what we think of ourselves is most others also. Anyone like to share? Just a couple.
I am a female, a civil engineer.
Just one or two is okay.
Yeah, female civil engineer.
Should I pick? Yeah.
I'm unashamed and misperceived.
Okay.
I'm contented, tall, clever, angry, broad-minded, intelligent, frank person.
It's very interesting. You're angry, broad-minded. I should also say I'm fairly complicated. Yes. Yeah.
I believe I'm just thankful.
Okay. That's a feeling. I feel thankful. I feel grateful. Anyone else?
I said I'm a Chindian, means the Chinese part.
You're a Chindian? I've never heard that one. Chinese Indian. I know that sometimes I speak English. Hindi and English mix. But I never heard a Chindian. That's a good one. I'll use it somewhere. That's great. It's a fairly new identity. Okay, so we'll end in about a couple of minutes. We're just starting out with individual. And the Vedas say, it doesn't matter what list you wrote, you're not any of that. Thankfully. Akash. Actually, in the Bhagavad Gita, ether is called Akash, space. It's not just sky, it's the space that contains everything, called Akash. So, the Vedas say we are not any of the things that we have written down or we're thinking that we are, or we're not. So, let me ask you a question. Suppose you're walking down State Street and you meet someone and you say, hi, my name is such and such. And they tell you, my name is Barack Obama. And I'm the President of the United States of America. What would you say to that person? What would you think about that person? Come on, don't be shy. I'm not going to tell all this, but what would you think?
The subtle body is a bit damaged.
I would think that the subtle body is a bit damaged. What would you think?
Last year, same question, I said you're mad.
What would you say? You'd say a person's mad or something's wrong. Correct? Something's not right. They have a, what's going on? How are they? They're not President of the United States. So you would know definitely that the person has an identity issue. Okay, but that's very obvious. Now step into the Vedic vantage point of view. Okay, and the Vedas look at us. And here we are walking around saying, I'm Indian, I'm American, I'm Chindian, I'm happy, I'm sad, I'm whatever. I'm tall, dark, and whatever. And the Vedas say, wow, I met person or persons whose sense of identity is not correct. So the Vedas take us into our real identity. That this is, once we know our identity, then we know what to do. But as long as we don't know our identity, or we have a false sense of identity, then we're busy doing things. Right? This man on the street would be like, okay, where's the crowd? I'd like to address public. My motorcade is right there. Where's the Secret Service? All their activities are on the basis of that false identity. So is the case with us. But when we know our real identity, then we will know what our real activities are, what's our real purpose. behind what we are doing or what we are supposed to be doing. Or another question. I'm going to leave you with this question for you to think about and come back next week and share with us. Please consider, think about the answer to this question. And you're going to ask yourself this question. Why am I a human being? I'm not going to give interpretation to you. However you understand this question, come back and answer. Why am I a human being? Versus why am I not a cat or a dog or amoeba or something? Why am I a human being? And number two, a sub question. What is the goal of my life? 2 questions. Fair enough? All right. We'll see you next Friday. Next Friday, same time, 12:45, same room. Thank you very much for joining us. We're going to break for lunch, and if you have questions, we'll have a more casual exchange. Right? Yeah? So if you have questions, feel free to raise them.